मक़लूब का जिक्र है। और ये ना कुरान को सीखो ना, ये क्या है? ये मुश्किल नहीं है, ये कब्र का तैयारी है, ये कब्र का तैयारी है। ये मन नबियों का मादीनों का क्या है? फनाफ रसूल रूहानी बैत। ये 3 सवाल, मन रब्बुक का, मन नबियों का मादीनों का क्या है? दिल को अल्लाह करना सिर्फ नहीं, पूरा बदन अल्लाह करना चाहिए। Why are we failing today to mention this? When you and I know we have a physical body, it consists of lungs, liver, heart, kidney, brain, vital organs. It has an amazing, unique system, a sense system within this. Sense of taste, smell, touch. इसका जो सफर है क्या है? माँ की पेट, दुनिया की पेट, कब्र की पेट, ये सफर है. We cannot deny this, and even the kuffar don't deny this. Allah Rabbi Pak has given us the Hafizuddin, Qari, Mufti and Alim. These are the 4 people we have lived around most of our lives, and they are teaching us Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Jannat ka rasta, नेक रास्ता जो अल्लाह पाक खुश होता है उस रास्ते में. These people are teaching us this way. इहदिना सिरात मुस्तकीम. वो क्या है? माँ की पेट, दुनिया की पेट, कब्र की पेट. ये बदनी एक सफर है. लेकिन हर नेक आदमी जब आया था दुनिया में, उसने क्या बोला? एक रूहानी सफर भी है, रूहानी सफर भी है. हमारा बदन एक रूह भी है. हर आदमी के पास 2 दिल है, बदनी दिल और रूहानी दिल. अल्लाह रब्बी पाक ने क्या फरमाया? I dwell in the heart of a mu'min. He didn't say I dwell in Makkah, Medina or anywhere on the 7th asman in Illiyin, Siji'in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not explain to us that I dwell in Maqam Ahadiyyat, Ma'iyyat, Akrabiyyat. Allah Rabbi Pak said, I dwell in the heart of a mu'min. And what is the heart of a mu'min? The heart says Allah. So when you leave this dunya, your heart is already saying Allah. Allah. I dwell in the heart of a mu'min. Who are the mu'mineen? We need to find someone who can get our heart to say Allah, Allah, Allah. That's who we need to find before we leave this dunya. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam farmaya, the wise one amongst you, not the clever one. Kuffar can be clever, but kafir cannot be wise. Wisdom comes with ruhaniyat. The wisdom comes with ruhaniyat, spirituality. Islam is all to do with ruhaniyat, all to do with spirituality. देख लो, lungs, liver, heart, kidney, brain, ये vital organs है physical body का. ये जो रूह है ना, इससे अफजल है, बेहतर है. कोई गुना अफजल, कोई गुना, कितना गुना आगे है क्या? इसका vital organ क्या है? कल्ब, रूह, सिरी, खफी, अफवा. ऐसा बदन का क्या है? lungs, liver, heart, kidney, brain. ये vital organ है. और रूह का क्या है? कल्ब, रूह, सिरी, खफी, अफ. These are the vital organs of the spiritual body. Like we have a sense system of the physical body, we have a sense system of the spiritual body. We have this. Why did my Bibi Aisha, why did she say, Mawlana Zakaria rahmatullahi kindly, easy, made it for us, it's in Fazal Amal. She says that one who meditates and contemplates gets more ajr than the one who's doing nafal ibadat for 70 years. मैंने सोच किया कि यारा वो मेडिटेशन और कंटेम्पलेशन क्या चीज़ है जो रब्बी जलील ने तैयार है अजर देने के लिए. जो आदमी 1700 साल नफल में खड़ा हुआ है, 1700 साल मस्ती नहीं है. 70 years stood in nafal ibadat, as I'm saying here. 70 years in nafal ibadat. And all you have to say, minimal kya hai? 1 minute, 2 minutes, minimal hai. Minimal amount of time, Fazal Imam mein likha hai. Minimal amount of time, meditation and contemplation. Wo kya cheez hai? You're focusing on your heart. Your heart is saying Allah, 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 Allah. That is meditation and contemplation for a minimal amount of time. Rabbi Jalil said when you meditate, I will give you the ajr more than 70 years of nafal ibadat, meditation and contemplation. Kya cheez hai? Ajr dekh lo kitna uncha hai afzal. Don't you think if the reward is more than 70 years of nafal ibadat, meditation and contemplation, this element, you're going to get the reward of more than 70 years of nafal ibadat. If the reward is so big, how come we cannot feel the effects of this? Isliye hamara ruh soya hua hai. Because we are spiritually asleep. I can prove it. I can prove it. I said this to Maulana Sahib. I can prove this. That we're asleep. Why is my Allah saying to us, "Oh my beloved insan, when you return to me, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, when the angel will be given their Nami Amal, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah Rabbi Pak will say, "Oh my beloved angels, this is a knowledge of what you have. I, Allah, is a governor of a knowledge. Only I, Allah, govern. And that's knowledge of the heart. That's the knowledge of the heart. ये जो दिल के जो इल्म है, दिल के जो रिश्ता है, Allah Rabbi Pak does not even share it with the angels. Which heart? Are you ready? The heart that Allah Rabbi Pak says, I dwell in the heart of a mu'min. ये मु'min का क्या चीज़ है? सुन आगे. ये अनवारात, तजलियात, बरकत, कैफियत, हसनात, ये क्या है? ये रूहानी ज़बानी भाईजान. This is the language of the soul. We psychologically not understand this. Our psychological intelligence is our eyes, our zaban, our ears, and our brain. Our mind is our heart. Our mind is not our brain, our mind is our heart. We use our psychological intelligence, and what is affected by our psychological intelligence is our physical heart, because it's connected. The psychological and physical and psychological and spiritual, psychological plays a very important role. But today we've been nurtured by whoever we've been nurtured in the last 200 odd years, that we have become physical and psychological people and not spiritual people. Very rare we find these people. I was asked a question in a gathering one time about the people. How would you categorize the people? I would say I would categorize the people on earth in 3 categories. Number 1, you get the doctor, lawyer, barrister, accountant, judge, builder, lawyer, whatever. And you get a schooling system. Like you go through schooling, college, university, and then you get that platform after. Then you get a second section of people. The Hafiz, the Qari, the Alim, the Mufti, Muhaddis, Mufassir. And you get a Darul Madrasa system. So that's 2 aspects. Then you get the other one, the Khanqa system. Now we all think, what the kya hai? Well, forget what I'm saying, what the Quran Hadith says. The Quran says 500 khair. Where they come from? They come from the Khanqa system. This is called the cabinet of Allah. There's 500 khair in this. And above them there's a 40 abdal. 40 abdal. Above them there's a 4 kutubs. Kutub abdal, madar, ishad. And this kutub is the Ghaus, is the kutub of the Ghaus. Ghaus, Farad, Qayyum, Siddiq. This is the cabinet of Allah. Them 2 are dependent. The doctor, lawyer, barrister, accountant, alim, mufti, qari, muhaddis, mufassir, they're all dependent. Why? Even a kafir can acquire all that knowledge. Right or wrong? Can a kafir become alim, mufti, doctor, lawyer, barrister? Can't he? You just say he hasn't got a sanad from a madrasa, darul, that he's from our madrasa. Basically, it's book knowledge. It's book knowledge. So anyone can become this. So they're all dependent. And the people from the cabinet of Allah, they're independent. The only person that can come to the cabinet of Allah is only a Muslim. So the kuffar can never come this way. Being a Muslim is excellent, but being a mu'min is something else. Something else. It's practical. A mu'min will not be, will not do qaza on tahajjud. A mu'min will not do qaza on his darood sharif. A mu'min will not do qaza in his ibadat. He won't. A 24-hour system is something else. It's something else. So I said to Maulana Sahib, I spent 7 years, my passport was in the markaz for 7 years. I never take it out. Whatever it is, Yusuf Tyar mein tyar, Yusuf Tyar mein tyar, Yusuf Tyar mein tyar. The last time I spent 4 months was in South Africa. And it was absolutely and I'll tell you one thing, if I could wind the clock back, I would go back on Jumat again and do that again, but do it with more respect, more love, more caring, and do more qurbani. I'll be honest with you. I tell everybody, my first ustazes from the markaz. I salute them. I can't fault him. Because that's where I learned ajizi from. I learned ajizi from Tablighi Jamaat. They were ajiz people. They're loving, they're humble. You slap them, they say, Bhai Jannah kar khair khair. They're ajiz. I learned ajizi from them. They're my ustazas. I sit at their feet today. When I see them, I stand and I don't sit until they sit. They're my ustazas. I salute them. Then I said I spent 7 years with Shaykh al-Hadith, Maulana Bahuddin Sahib, after. Maulana Yusuf Matala Sahib. I spent 7 years with these people. Maulana Yusuf Radwani Sahib, rahmatullah alayhi. I spent the next 7 years of my life with these people. I was sat at their feet. I went to Hajj and Umrah every year for 2 to 3 months every year with them. I was in their halqa for the next 7 years. Then after this, I got a bit confused. And I spent the next 6 months in my bedroom, on a musalla, in the attic. And I only came to Madni Masjid for Jummah Namaz. I did not speak to a soul. I came for the Farz Namaz and went home for the next 6 months. Why? Because I was begging Allah. So for the last 14 years, Allah, I've been on your deen. And when I rest and I lay at night and I look at my heart's not saying Allah, Allah. When the Quran is saying the whole body should be saying Allah, Allah, I can't even feel my heart. Even though I'm doing my tasbihat, my tilawat, I'm doing my nafils. Allah, I don't know how to find you. And if I leave this dunya and you are naraz, baki kya reh gaya? Baki kya reh gaya? Dunya to bahut hai, garniyan hai, biniyan hai, ghar hai, kya hai yaar? Khana hai, kapde hai, kya hai? Sona, chandi, kya nahi hai yaar? Hana ji, what are we short of, dear brother? We've got everything, ji. If you haven't got Allah, wo jannat kya hai jo Allah hai hi nahi udhar yaar? Example. So this is our jannat. We're earning our jannat. Well, where's Allah? If we haven't got Allah and our heart's not saying Allah, Allah, we might not be in trouble. We might be in great danger. Great danger. So, my wife, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her, she was in gham that I was losing a lot of weight, not eating, fasting. And she'd knock on the door downstairs. And if I say wa alaikum salam, she'd come upstairs, and if not, she'd not come. I wouldn't allow no one to come upstairs. I spent 6 months like this. And one day, she started reading from some Urdu books. And she said, the Allah Rabbi Paak ne qasam liya. Jo आदमी मुल्तज़म पर पहुंच गया, मुल्तज़म पर और दुआ मांगा, जो दुआ मांगेंगे रब्बी जली ने कसम लिया वो दुआ कबूल है. When my wife said this, all my body, all my hair struck out. I said, that comes right there. She's trying to explain to me because it's the first time I've had a conversation with her in 6 months. She's got happy, she's smiling. My khabari banka, mata picture ko khabari muko masara. I said, don't talk to me, I don't understand nothing. Show me a picture, I can't hear, I don't know what you're talking about. All my body's raising, my hairs stuck out. The Allah ne qasam liya. Yara Allah Paak bada ghayur zaat hai. Bada ghayur zaat hai Allah. Allah ne chut qasam nahi maan. Allah Paak ne qasam liya. When you come to Multizam, I'll accept whatever dua you make. When she showed me a picture of the Hajj al-Aswad, the door of the black stone on the Kaaba, in between there is a little step. That's Multizam. You've got to put your chest onto the Kaaba like this, and you've got to make dua like this. This is tariqah. She showed you tariqah. 2 days later, I'm in Makkah with my coffin. I've got there with my coffin. I had one daughter at that time, my wife. They were stood behind Muqam Ibrahim further back. And my wife says, when she saw the rush, she says, now Makkah was a rush dear way. Kamzuri. I looked at her. I couldn't understand what she was saying. It was like a magnet drawing me there as I walked forward. It was an amazing aroma. If I got pushed, I fell into the push. I wasn't stiff, I was soft. I got to the front and I made dua to my Allah. So, Ya Allah, aapne qasam liya. Aap bada ghayur zaat hai Allah. Ya Allah, I've come to recognize my physical and genetic connection with Adam alayhi salam. My mother and father got together and I was born. Their mother and father got together and they were born. ऐसा एक सिलसिला जारी है. माँ बाप आदम अलैहिस्सलाम तक physically, genetically there's a connection. लेकिन या अल्लाह, ये जो रूहानी रिश्ता है रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के साथ, मैं इधर मार खाता हूँ. I can't understand how am I going to connect with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've been in this deen for 14 years, Allah, you know this, and I don't want to go back to the clubs and the pubs where I came from. Allah, I know you exist, and I know Nabi Kareem exists on this dunya, but I cannot find you, Allah, and I'm scared if I leave this dunya. If I leave this dunya, Ya Allah, and you are naraz with me, Ya Allah, बाकी क्या रह गया? दुनिया तो बहुत है, बीमियां तो 10-15 भी मिल सकते हैं. क्या यार, क्या इधर दुनिया में क्या शॉर्टेज है? कोई नहीं है. लेकिन if Allah is not with you, and we leave this dunya, and if Allah is naraz with you, if Allah is naraz, then we're not in trouble. We're in great danger. If we leave this dunya and our heart is not doing Allah, Allah, then we are relying on our verbal Islam and our Islam by action. Remember these 3 ways of connection with Allah. Lisaniyat, amaliyat, and qalbiyat. You got that, my brother? Lisaniyat is verbal Islam. Obviously you know this, my brothers and dear sisters. We have a gathering here on once a month, and it's today. So our sisters are upstairs, and this is why we're on the speaker. I do apologize. My brothers are here. I'm happy that your brothers are here. It's a blessing because you have come with Qurbani, and no one knows your Qurbani. Only you know your Qurbani. If you've come out to please Allah, to get near to Allah, we salute you, brother. You're our guest, and we should be sat at your feet. It's our kamzuri. It's our kamzuri, not yours. We should be sat at your feet. You should not be doing anything. We should be listening to your good words and looking at your Qurbani you made from your cities to come here and come out of your comfort zone here, stay in the masjid. This is a great ni'mat from Allah upon this masjid that people like you have made a Qurbani and come here. This might not look like a big Qurbani, but it is. I know. Because I've seen people who are not Tablighi Jamaat brothers, they cannot spend one night away from home. Ask these guys. I tell them, Qurbani ka log wo log hai, jo don't even think twice when the chilla ka waqt chilla ke liye gaya, 4 mahine naqd ke liye gaya, 6 mahine naqd ke liye gaya, 1 saal ke naqd ke liye gaya. Kaun? Qurbani ke log. Deen came with Qurbani, and it's still happening around us. The only thing is, every one of us is on our own journey. I'm on my own journey. I said to Maulana Sahab, please don't get me wrong. I'm sat at every one of your feet and you can't see it. I'm sat at your feet. I've not left the deen. I'm worried about my own qabr. So when I got to Multizam and I made this dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show me how I can connect with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ruhani taur par, because it's not a physical connection or a genetical connection, it's a spiritual connection. I saw Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullah in my dream. And I never know. I went to Mawlana Shoaib. I saw the dream. I went to Mawlana Shoaib Desai Sahab. And I said to Mawlana Sahab, have you ever heard of Junaid Baghdadi? He said, Rahmatullah alayhi. I went, oh, mashallah, he was neck admit. Oh, yes. What a neck admit. I sat with him for 2 hours after Fajr. And he's telling me, I said, tell me something about Junaid Baghdadi. Rahmatullah alayhi. He said, what shall I tell you? I said, tell me anything. And he's telling me, and this is the man I saw in my dream. And through his ishara, I came to these people I'm with now. And I've been here for the last 16 years. And that's when I met Rasulullah at that time. That time. And from that time to this time, we've not stopped giving dawah. Every single day, 5 to 6 to 8 to 9 hours, we go and give dawah. Every single day. We have 2 days Quran tafsir. We have 2 days Dalal al-Suluk, 2 days al-Murshid. This is a week. We have a daily routine. I've got 218 of these students around me. 280. They get up at 5 o'clock every morning for 1 hour. We meditate and contemplate. Ask these guys if their hearts are doing Allah, Allah. I give you guarantee their bodies are doing Allah, Allah. I can see, I'll tell you now. The whole bodies are doing Allah, Allah. Summa talina juluduhum wa qulubuna zikrullah. I went to Rochdale on Thursday. And the Barelvi Hazrat Masjid. You know, when you're Tablighi and you're Deobandi, it's different. Look at where we are working. Example, in Rochdale, Golden Masjid. Masjid's full. I went there to give a speech on ruhaniyat, on spirituality. The whole masjid, the imam had such an amazing voice. You thought you were in Makkah. Beautiful voice. They all sat with respect. They all heard this talk. And after they did the zikr with me. And out of all of the Jumaat, mashallah, we had a Q&A twice. They went and most of them sat down, we had a Q&A. 5 of them came. I showed them how it works. One of them started crying. To this day, they're phoning me, these guys. They want me to come back Monday. Because they want more people to come and learn this art. This is an art. It's not a musti. It's an art that teaches your heart to say Allah, 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 Allah. Not only the heart, the qalb, ruh, siri, khafi, afwa, nafs, sultan al-asqar. The oncoming zamana is going to be a challenge on your psychological and spiritual. Psychological and spiritual. You're telling me, we've heard a time going to come where there'll be, Musliman, the trees and the mountains and so. There's Yahud behind me. Are they going to tell you physically, psychologically? It's going to be ruhaniyat. It's going to be all ruhaniyat. You've heard the kuffar, they're making so much effort on these things. And they're using jinnat. And we got in the pure form. But we are not focused towards it. We're not focused towards it. How come Hafiz Patel Sahib rahmatullahi took lesions under Yusuf Mutala Sahib? What was that about? You tell me, I know what they were about. I was there. Okay, what was Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi? Spent 2 years with Sheikh Jafar. What did you do there? Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi said, if I did not spend the 2 years I spent with Sheikh Jafar, I would not be the man I am. What did he learn? He learned Tasbit al-Qulub. He learned the Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, we learn from the Hafiz, the Qari, the Alim, the Mufti. Muhaddis al-Mufassir, the Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. The path of Saluk is a Ruhani journey. Now when Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went to see Allah, which way did he go? M1, M62, M606? No, he didn't. I'll tell you where he went. He went to Muqam Ahadiyat. Muqam Ahadiyat, first learn about this. He went to Muqam Ahadiyat, Ma'iyat, Akrabiyat. This is the journey he went when he went to see Allah. Then he went to Dari Salasa, Dari Mahabbat Awal, Dom, Som. Then he went to a Muqam called Abudiyat. No, Ismi Zahir al Batin. Then Abudiyat, Fana, Baka. Then he went to a Maqam called Salik al Majzubi. The 7 stages in Salik al Majzubi. Then he went to Arsh Manazil. When he got to Arsh Manazil, then he reached Allah. How come we have not got this knowledge? When I opened this up to Mullah Sahib, he was so impressed. He said, come to my house, I want to learn this knowledge. I'm in a masjid, why should I make lies or, what am I going to achieve saying something out of line to my brothers in the house of Allah and get myself into trouble? You masti nahi hai. This is very serious. I honor you and I respect all my brothers. But lads, I'm thinking about number 1, that's myself, and I'm thinking about my own grave. And if you can tell me where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to you and me, and I've heard it in Fazal Amal, when you remember Allah in your heart, Allah remembers you in my heart, in your heart. What Allah Pak says, when you remember me in your heart, I remember you in my heart. Is that what he said? I thought that was so romantic. I thought that was so loving. I thought that was so beautiful. I thought that was so warm. Amount of warmth and love and nearness I got from Allah when I was on Jumat and I learned this. That Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said this. When you remember me in your heart, I remember you in my heart. And if you remember me in a gathering, it carries on. I remember you in a bed, that one of these. But he said, Allah says, when you remember me in your heart, I remember you in my heart. I asked the question, how do you remember Allah in your heart? You guess ho sakta hai. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as long as there are people doing Allah, Allah on the earth, Allah will never destroy this earth. Yeah, Allah, Allah karna kya cheez hai yaar? What is it? What is it? When people came to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know what they used to do? For the first 10 years, Roza, Hajj, Zakat, there was no namaz. So what did they do? When anyone came in front of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he used to give him a spiritual attention to the heart. They learned Iman, then they learned Islam. Is that right? Is that right? First they learned Iman, then they learned Islam. Is that right? What did they learn? They learned Islam, then they learned... First they learned the Iman. Iman. That was the rishta they had from the heart. When your heart is doing Allah, Allah, forget your Fajr, you won't even miss Tahajjud. It don't make sense. Your Qurbani level changes. I learned Qurbani in Tabligh Jumaat. I learned Qurbani with Tariq Jamaat guys. Leaving my house for 4 months, you can't even leave house for 3 days, these guys. These guys can't even leave house from Friday till Sunday. But we were disciplined to leave our house on Thursday, come back Monday morning. Is that right? Huh? You're old school, you know what I'm saying. These new guys are a bit different. We used to come Thursday, Ismail as well, you know, because he was with me when I was a kid. When he was a kid, he was with me. We were together, we started together. Well, it's been that long, innit, Rose? Alhamdulillah. Allah, beautiful, isn't he? He's beautiful. Beautiful. Remember, lovely days, awesome days, absolute beautiful aroma. And remember, Imam al-Hassan was alive.